and welcome to Your Choice 2020 General Election coverage on HOMTV. I'm Ben Grechko. On the November 3rd ballot, Meridian Township voters will see 3 millage renewal requests from the township. One of those requests is the Meridian EMS Fire Protection Millage Renewal. Joining us today is the Meridian Township Fire Chief, Mike Hamel, to discuss what this millage means for voters in the fire department. Chief Hamel, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate you having me here today.
We appreciate it as well. So we want to start by reminding residents that this is a millage renewal, not a new millage. Can you please provide some detail on the history of the millage, including the last time it was approved by voters?
Yeah, so this millage was last approved in 2004, and it basically covers some personnel costs, staffing, equipment, and so now it's up for renewal for, I believe, another 16 years.
So if approved, what would the millage funds be used for, and how would it benefit the residents in the years?
Well, benefit huge, just be to, kind of maintain our budget. It's about $1 million in our budget annually for personnel costs, equipment, and uniforms.
So since the last renewal, could you just talk a little bit about what the last renewal funded the fire department?
Yeah, so the last renewal is asking for exactly the same as today, is to continue to pay the personnel costs, about 6 staff members, and then, equipment such as emergency response equipment, EMS equipment, things like that, and uniforms. So, it's critical equipment to be able to maintain and do our job.
I see. So in 2017, the voters approved police and fire protection millage. That'll expire in 2026. But how is the Meridian EMS fire protection millage renewal on the November ballot different from the millage that was the police and fire millage? That was the previous millage. And why do you believe both of them are necessary for the fire department?
So the 2017 millage that was passed started in 2018. Most of that goes towards the pensions, to pay down the pensions. Secondly is 2 personnel for police, 2 personnel for fire, and then equipment costs. So we're renewing or buying a new ladder truck. We are replacing a 21-year-old ladder truck that we'll be ordering yet this fall. Takes about a year to get it.
I'm just curious, why does it take a year to get it?
It takes a year to build a ladder truck. So the manufacturer takes roughly about a year to get the chassis and put all the pieces and parts and build it. So that's pretty standard. I
see. So I think a lot of residents want to know, if the millage was not renewed, how would it affect the fire department? What does it mean to you guys?
Well, it'd be about $1 million in our budget that we would have to figure out how to find alternative funding. And then if that didn't happen, we would just have to figure out what's the feasibility of maintaining, where we're at with staffing and equipment.
I know it's early, but you mentioned the $1 million funding. Do you have any like a plan B as to how you would get the money if this millage wasn't renewed?
I do not.
You do not. Okay. So as a recap, just what is the ballot language for this renewal asking the voters to consider?
Yeah, so it's been reduced a little bit because of the Headley law, but basically it's asking for the 0.639 mills on $1,000 of taxable value for 16 years, 2020 to 2035, and basically about $1.1 million a year is what it brings in to support the fire department and to be able to respond efficiently and effectively.
I see. Okay, is there any?
And it's mainly personnel costs and equipment.
Mainly personnel costs. Okay. Another question I have regarding the personnel, could you see in the years to come like an increase in personnel or a decrease in personnel? Anything like that happening?
No, as long as we maintain our current budget, we'll maintain staffing. We are, kind of still looking in the future on potential staffing changes as the township grows. We have limitations to being able to respond with the current staffing. So there's a lot of developments proposed, which is really great for the township as we continue to grow and get better as a township. Yeah, there's always potential issues with how we operate that we have to kind of look at as the township grows and we grow with it.
Do you think, assuming this wasn't renewed, could you see a situation in which you would have to make reductions in personnel staff or some like?
I mean, it's always possible. It's always possible. I would have to sit down and kind of talk with the manager and staff and is there a way we can fund it and without affecting the operation and I don't have that plan in front of me, so there's always that chance that it would affect our operation.
I see. Okay, is there anything else you want to say regarding the impact the millage has on the department or anything you believe voters should know?
Well, we just appreciate all the support we've always gotten from the township. There's great residents here, always supported us, in good times and in bad with the economy, and we just appreciate the support, and we do our best to give back whenever we can, and we will continue to do our best no matter what happens, and do our best to protect and serve the people who live in the township, and that's what we're here for.
Thank you for watching this Your Choice 2020 General Election interview on HOMTV with Meridian Township Fire Chief Mike Hamel about the Meridian EMS Fire Protection Millage Renewal. I'm Ben Grechko, inviting you to watch live General Election Night coverage on Tuesday, November 3rd, right here on HOMTV.